Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Pokemon Theta Emerald Nuzlocke. I am Atyrum, and where we left off last time, we did lose a couple of valued team members. And today, what we're going to be doing, before we get any further, there are some new areas that are opened up to us because we now have Surf, so I do want to get all that stuff taken care of, so we are going to go ahead and tackle this water route down here, all the way around there, and then up here as well. And we should have a couple of catches there as well. So we'll catch a couple new, probably water-type Pokemon. Almost certainly water-type Pokemon. And then I think, let's see. Okay, and then we can also go ahead and go to New Mauville, which is somewhere over here. I don't think it's on the map. But if we go ahead and do that, we can catch probably an electric-type Pokemon. And we will also be able to get the Thunderbolt TM from Watson. So I'm going to do all of that in fast-forward mode. And it'll basically be like a montage to you guys. So yeah, I'll meet you guys back after we've done all those catches and we have gotten all that done. So yeah, I'll see you guys in a couple minutes here. Alright, and welcome back. Now that all of that is done, we did end up missing a couple of the catches there, either because I knocked them out, or because I know on a couple of water routes I didn't realize that the route had changed, and I ended up, running into the wild Pokemon and just KOing it. And then, not realizing I had done that, and so that was a little bit of a mistake. But we have caught several more Pokemon, and I have trained them up to match our current levels. So yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at the current team right now. We have Salazar, the Arbok, who we caught last episode, I believe. And I said I probably wouldn't use, but he's actually been pretty good. I don't know if there's been a stat raise for him for this game, but he's actually been doing pretty good. He's got quite the diverse move pool. He's been doing pretty well. So yeah, we're keeping him on the team for now. Mira the Starmie, still the same, although she now has Thunderbolt. We still need to get the Psychic TM so we can get her better Psychic type move. Next up is Data the Porygon, our new addition from New Mauville. Unfortunately, we didn't get an Electric type. I was kind of surprised to see a Porygon there. But he's got Thunderbolt, Signal Beam, Tri-Attack, and Recover. And sadly, he has a special attack reducing nature. So I guess our Porygon's going to be more defensive. Although, I mean, he's still a special attacker. I can't really, make him a physical attacker. So I guess we just have to make do with that. That's one of the things about a Nuzlocke, is you kind of have to make do with what you can get. And then Agatha, of course, who also was given Thunderbolt, because we're just throwing Thunderbolts to everybody now, especially since I don't have an Electric-type Pokemon. We are going to need it for the upcoming gym. Cerberus, the Houndoom, same moveset, I think. And then Brustle the Victory Bell, once again, same moveset. We do want to make sure we get a physical poison move at some point as well. That would be really helpful to have that dual stab going. yeah, so with that being said, let's go ahead and head back outside. Wait, no, let's not head back outside. I have some Pokemon in the PC too. I forgot about that I've been training up. Because we do actually have a rotating team now, so I do want to make sure we show off who we got in the box here. So, Pringles the Frillish, named because Jellicent has a big, elegant mustache, is one of our new additions to our team, is our alternate water type. Helen the Darmanitan is our alternate fire type. And Goliath her Heracross, I almost said Hercules, is another Pokemon we had last episode, and of course matched in the Breloom. So yeah, really our only two new additions are Pringles and Helen. Helen, who we had before, and we just trained up a little bit. And then of course we also have Data the Porygon. So yeah, that's the team now. That's the rotating team there. Now let's go ahead and go into the PC. And I've been using the experience share a little bit here, and the problem with the experience share, though, is, especially when you're making videos, is that it tends to take a lot of time to scroll through all that text. So I will be using the experience share, just not when I'm recording, probably. I guess we'll just have to see how that works out. But anyways, we do have a rival battle coming up, and I'm not sure what she leads with, so who should we lead with? And before we get to that, I've almost forgot about this, but link cable, we can actually evolve Data. So we might as well go ahead and do that now and get a nice Porygon 2. And that'll give us a nice little boost of power there. I think that would be helpful. And actually, once we evolve into Porygon 2, I think I do have 2 link cables. We might be able to just double evolve right into Porygon Z, which would be pretty interesting because we just got Data this episode technically, and you guys will be seeing him evolve twice. Yeah, there we go. And Porygon Z, might as well. Why not? I mean, we could have gone the Eviolite route. I don't know if I can get an Eviolite in this game, but that's an alternate route for Porygon 2. But might as well just fully evolve it. I mean, why not? Same deal with Agatha when we got her evolved into a Haunter, and I figured, you know, might as well just go all the way and get Gengar with our link cable item. So we just went ahead and did that. And let's just go ahead and lead out. Let's lead out with Data there, just to give him a try, since you guys haven't seen him in action yet, I don't believe. Unless he was in that grinding montage at some point. I don't quite remember. But anyways, May's here, and she wants to have a battle with us. So, since I did do so much battling, I was quite a bit over-leveled for this battle, so what I went ahead and did is I actually edited this battle to be a little bit more difficult. Normally her levels were like high 20s, low 30s, but I kind of upped them to match what our current levels are, and I did the same with the gym coming up. One of the benefits of being able to edit the trainer battles, since this is already a hack, I don't feel like that's cheating, but if I feel like I grinded a little too much, I can just up the levels of any boss fights coming up to keep the difficulty going, or heck, just to add difficulty where there wasn't any before. Next up is Raichu. We don't have a ground type on the team, but we do have Salazar, who does have Bulldoze. Do we have any ground types in the PC? I don't think we do. We might need to pick up a ground type at some point. That would be a useful type to have, probably. Especially since I'm sure we'll be seeing more electric types at some point. Although we are already done with the electric type gym, I'm sure that we'll be seeing electric types in the future here. And that wasn't a knockout, but that's okay. Lowered its speed, so we might be able to outspeed it next turn, and that way it won't be able to do anything to us, which would be a nice thing. There we go. Raichu is taken out easily. Luckily it didn't go for something like Thunderbolt, and that would not have knocked me out, but it would have done a decent amount of damage, I'm sure. So yeah, and then the next Pokemon coming out is going to be Breloom. Let's just stay in. I don't think we really need to switch for this one, because Poison resists Grass, and I think Poison resists Fighting as well, doesn't it? Yes, it does. So we resist both the Breloom stab attacks, so it probably can't hit us with anything, really. And then a Poison Jab is super effective, and we went to sleep. Effect Spore. That is a thing that I maybe should have taken into account. Oh! And also Shed Skin, our ability, which is very helpful as well. So, I guess that didn't really matter in the end because we just healed it right off. But, anyways, we're going to hit the Poison Jab and finish off the Breloom there, so that's nice. And let's see, what else do we have coming up here? I should already know these things because I'm the one who set up this trainer battle. Rapidash. If I hadn't edited this, there would still be a Ponyta. So, yeah, Pokemon have been more evolved in this rival battle because I just wanted it to be more difficult. Although, so far, we're not really having so much of a challenge. I shouldn't say anything because this is the same Rapidash who, as a Ponyta, took out our first Pokemon in this playthrough. And we took it out fairly easily, especially since it's raining and our water-type moves get a boost, which we probably don't need because Mira is a beast in the special attack department. Gabite. Do we have any ice or fairy attacks? We do not. Let's just leave Mira in. At some point, that's going to be a Garchomp, so that could be kind of scary. Or it might be, depending on what level our rival's at the next rival battle. We'll just have to see there. Oh, and that didn't knock it out. I'm kind of surprised. See, I guess we'll hit it with one more Surf and finish it off here. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised a rain-boosted Surf didn't knock out the Gabite. That's kind of interesting. So anyways, next up is going to be, I think we're on her final Pokemon now, which is going to be her... what would normally be a Marshtomp, normally in the default Pokemon Emerald, and I think maybe even in this hack, may never fully evolve her starter. You never get to see the full evolution of your rival starter, which is extremely disappointing, so I'm glad I got to fix that here, and we do get to see that full evolution all the way back here before the 6th gym even. And of course we will definitely be seeing a Swampert again when we fight our rival in Lily Cove, which really isn't that far off. But that will be our final rival battle. Yeah, it's super disappointing that your rival, you don't ever get to see her after Lily Cove. Oops, sorry about that. I accidentally clicked off my screen there. There was something on my mouse I was trying to scrape off, and I accidentally clicked off the screen. And of course, that pauses the game. So, yeah. Anyways, got HML2 Fly. Do we have flying type Pokemon? Do we have a flying type Pokemon? I don't think we do. I really don't think we do. I don't think we have any, even in the box. I was looking forward to getting fly because then I can fly back to some of the areas we've been to before and get some stuff done back there, but we might not be able to do that. Okay, and apparently May was really angry. Seems kind of weird because that doesn't really suit her character. Maybe she was angry because I was making fun of her for being the worst rival in any Pokemon game ever. But seriously, you don't even get to fight her again after Lily Cove, and that's before the 8th gym, or the 7th gym, actually. I mean, that's awfully early to have the final rival fight at. I mean, every other game you get a rival fight, I think, at the very least, right before the Elite Four. If not, you know, like, in the Elite Four, like Blue from Pokemon Red and Blue. But yeah, they really changed the way the rivals work. Starting in this game, the rivals are always friendly after this, which I don't know. I'm not a big fan of having every single rival be super friendly. I kind of liked when the rivals were giving you some more serious competition, and they felt like, you know, they were actually trying, and they weren't just like, oh, well, I'm sorry, I lost. I guess I'll get better next time. I kind of preferred the whole, oh, we'll smell you later, loser, you know, like, I don't know if that makes sense. But anyways, we are going to get up on the flying type gym here in a minute. So let's go ahead and trade out our team a little bit. We want to make sure we don't have a grass type on our team, because any grass types will just be dead weight. So let's get Brussel out of there, and let's go ahead and pull in Helen. I think that'd be our best choice out of our options down there. Obviously, we can't use Masham or Goliath here. And Pringles is still unevolved until we get him to level 40, so I don't really think we want to use him either. So yeah, let's go ahead, and we're going to go out. We need to, before we get down this way, actually there is a Kecleon in the way. To get the Kecleon out of the way, we need to go over and get the Devon Scope, which is an item we can use to see invisible Pokemon, kind of like the Sylph Scope in Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow, so we're going to have to get that. So we can get to the gym, and that's going to be out on this route over here. And there are only a couple of battles on this route, and I don't think we have Cut, do we? No, we don't. And then we also have Gabby and Ty yet again. Let's make sure we have a good team out for them, because they're going to have... What are they going to have? I don't even know. Let's bring out Cerberus, probably, and Agatha. That seems like a good lineup. And let's go and take these guys on. This is, I think, the final battle with them, unless I'm mistaken. And that was fairly easy. And she's quoting to us from our last quote from the last battle. And I guess we're going to have to give her a quote this time. I mean, I guess we don't really have to. But we might as well. Let's just... I'm going to close my eyes, and I'm going to press the arrow buttons. I press the A once, and I'm going to press a bunch of arrow buttons. I'm going to click this, and night. That's what we're saying. Yep, okay. Yeah, because I really don't care. So anyways, after we say that, I think we have one more trainer fight to get taken care of down this way, and he's going to be a flying type trainer, so let's make sure we have... let's see. Yeah, I think Agatha's probably a good choice for that. So let's go ahead and take this guy out, and then after that we're going to run into Steven Stone yet again. Who is going to give us a chance to run into a Kecleon. If I just go do that right now, I haven't encountered a Pokemon in this area just yet. If I just go do that, I could count the Kecleon as my Pokemon for this area, if I manage to catch it. But I don't think I really want a Kecleon. I want to see what else we could get up here. I have used the Kecleon before, and it's not a great Pokemon. It's interesting. It's kind of a gimmick Pokemon, but I want to see what we can run into up here, and it's a Stantler. That's really interesting. I have never used a Stantler before. Didn't I run into a Stantler in the Pokemon Silver playthrough at one point? I don't quite remember. Let's hit it with a Clear Smog and hope that doesn't knock it out, although it's a stab move, isn't it? Ooh, perfect. Perfect. Now we just need to put it to sleep, which might be a little bit difficult because it did use Sand Attack, but we did get a Hypnosis off just fine, so that's perfect. And let's go ahead and throw a Pokeball at it, and see if we can catch it, and then I have to think of a nickname for a Stantler. Yeah, so let's go ahead, and we might as well use an Ultra Ball because we do have plenty of them. I don't know why I stocked up on so many Pokeballs. I mean, I guess it's just in case I run into Pokemon that are difficult to catch, but I'm really not going to be catching that many Pokemon. I mean, since it is a Nuzlocke, you know, and I tend to fail a lot of catches because I knock stuff out, but yeah, so let's go ahead, see what we can think of for a nickname for a Stantler. Okay, so Stantler's nickname is going to be Vixen after one of Santa's reindeer, because I feel like that's kind of a fitting nickname. So anyways, and that was just another Stantler, so nothing too interesting was lost in terms of what we caught here. Here's Steven Stone. Let's go ahead and, we probably should have brought Masham to knock that thing out. Let's go ahead and get Cerberus out here and see if we can take out this guy real quick. There's something here you can't see, right? Blah, 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 blah. And he's going to make it visible. Yes, we're ready for battle. And I don't know why he needs to ask us, because it's a wild Pokemon. I mean, maybe I shouldn't say that, because I did get most of my team wiped by a wild Pokemon in the Silver Nuzlocke, but I don't think this Kecleon is quite on the same level as that red Gyarados. By the way, I realized why my Mega Evolution wasn't working, and that's because you do, in this version, actually have to pick up the Mega Ring. I did not realize that, so I went back to Little Root Town and picked that up, and there we go. There's our first Mega Evolution on camera. Probably going to be overkill to kill this Kecleon, but that's okay. Oh, not quite. I guess we didn't quite knock it out. And its type didn't change. I thought its type was supposed to change when we hit it. Okay, well, let's go ahead and hit it with a Snarl and not let it knock me out, because that Slash still seems like it's doing enough, like it's a stab attack, which is a little bit scary, because a stab normal type attack is doing quite a bit of damage, and Houndoom is not a very defensive Pokemon. So I didn't want to, you know, talk crap about a wild Pokemon and then have it knock out one of my, not only just one of my Pokemon, but my starter at that. Yeah, anyways, we do have the ability to Mega Evolve now that I figured that out. And we'll just have to see if we can run into any more Mega Stones. Do we have anything else on our team that can Mega Evolve? We have Gengar, but the Mega Stone for Gengar doesn't show up until the Battle Frontier, which is obviously post Elite Four and post basically the entire game. So we're not going to be able to get that before we finish the Nuzlocke here, I'm pretty sure. But other than that, I think there might be some that we can actually get to. We'll just have to see. So we're going to heal up here, and I was considering maybe putting the Pokemon I caught over on the next route on my team, but I don't know. We'll see if we end up using Vixen there. It could be an interesting Pokemon to have. I don't think we have a normal type on our team at the moment. And let's make sure we have some good Pokemon out in the lead to start taking down this gym here. And also there's a Kecleon here that is going to... when you use a Demon Scope, it doesn't always make it a battle. Sometimes it just runs away, so it's going to disappear into the trees over here, which is perfectly fine with me. And then over here there is an item, which is TM86, which we'll find out what that is momentarily. Just got to get through our... 86 is grass knot. Not something that's really useful, especially since both our grass-type Pokemon are physical attackers. We really need a good physical grass move at some point. I mean, yeah, we really do. It's just too bad there isn't an attack called like Grass Punch or something like that, like an equivalent of like what is it? Of like Fire Punch, Ice Punch, all that kind of stuff. It's just too bad there isn't something like that, because that would be incredibly useful. I mean, I suppose there's Needle Arm, but I don't. That's not a TM, and we just need to teach it to mash them, really. So yeah, and then I guess there's also Leaf Blade. That's another good one. Does Brussel have Leaf Blade already? I don't know. For some reason, I felt like she did, but maybe not. Okay. No, that's not the way to go. Sometimes these things can be a little bit confusing. And we're gonna go up like this, and then up there, and another double battle. It seems like there's quite a few double battles in this gym here. Okay, and let's go ahead and switch up our team a little bit, because I feel like Migra and Agatha are getting quite a bit of fight in. We should probably give our other team members some attention there and get them leveled up appropriately as well. Okay, and I believe... Oh, I guess that's the last trainer right there, so that's nice. I was about to say, I think we're about done here, but I wasn't quite sure, and I did that wrong. Yeah, it's an interesting little puzzle here. I think this is the only place in any Pokemon game where we have a puzzle like this. So yeah, let's go ahead and do this, and then we are on to the gym leader. So we're going to see how this goes. I think we're good on health. I'm just going to go ahead and use a potion on Agatha, and I think we're going to be good after that. I mean, I could run back to the Pokemon Center and heal, but that's okay. I mean, we have quite a bit of money, so we are okay on that front. How many potions do we have, though? One Hyper Potion. Is that it? Is that really it? Is that all the potions we have? Okay. I'm going back to my word. I'm going to go ahead and run to the Pokemart and the Pokemon Center real quick and get those, and I'll meet you back here in front of Winona. Okay, and I went ahead and stocked up on potions. I don't really want to go into a battle with only one Hyper Potion, and I don't think I had any other kinds of potions, so I want to make sure I'm stocked up enough for this battle. And let's lead with Agatha. I think that's probably a good choice there. Do we have anything else we want to do before we get into this battle? I don't think we really have any held items or anything we really need to put on. Black glasses, does anybody really need those? Do we have any other dark type moves other than Cerberus? I don't think so. Mystic Water, let's go to that to Mira. I doubt we'll need it in this battle, but I might as well throw it on there. Amulet Coin, let's throw that on Agatha since we're leading off with her. Might as well get some bonus money even though we don't really need it. I could have bought 69 Hyper Potions if I really wanted to. Obviously I'm not going to spend all my money on that, but I did have enough money that I could have done that. But anyways, here we go with our 6th gym battle, the Flying type gym, which should have some interesting Pokemon here. Full team of 6, of course, and lead me off with a Crobat. I think we want to stay in for this. I think that'd be a good idea. Let's just use Thunderbolt. It's going to be fast, but not fast enough. Okay. I was expecting Crobat to possibly go fast, because Crobat is insanely fast. And we didn't take it out in one hit either. Giga Drain? Really? Really? Okay, so as I mentioned, I do modify the gyms myself, and I change the rosters, but I make sure not to change their movesets, so basically they're just given whatever level up moves they would normally have. But at the same time, I'm kind of disappointed by Giga Drain, because Giga Drain is a special grass-type attack, so it doesn't get stab, and it's also coming off of Crobat's lower attack stat, so that is a pretty pathetic attack to throw at us. Does it not have any Flying-type moves? Like, I mean, I don't know, I guess from my experience, the Zubat line doesn't generally learn a lot of flying type moves. Anyways, here comes a Skarmory. Let's go ahead and bring out Cerberus. I could bring out Helen, but Skarmory is a very, very physically defensive Pokemon, so I think we want to hit it with a special fire type attack instead. And let's go ahead and pull out that Mega Evolution there, because we might as well. And Houndoom's Mega Houndoom's ability when it's Mega Evolved is, I believe, Solar Power, which allows it to do a lot more damage in sunlight, but it ends up taking damage when it attacks as a result, almost kind of like a Life Orb, I think, except it's, you know, not an item. I think that's how that works, but I'm not sure if we'll get a chance to use that. I could pick up the Sunny Day TM, because I know that's coming up, but at the same time, I'm not sure if I'm going to try and use Sunny Day on my team at all. Of course, there's also the option to use Cerberus in battles after Groudon is awakened, not too long from now, because the sun does get bright in certain areas. But I'm not sure if we'll be going through any areas where we need to fight trainers that we needed to do that. So, to be honest, Mega Houndoom's ability, this is a really roundabout way of saying this, but basically Mega Houndoom's ability is probably not going to come into play very often here. And getting off the Swagger there, and I don't really want to deal with confusion. So let's just go ahead. We are faster, so if we go ahead and Lava Cookie that off, we don't have to worry about just getting confused again next turn. And it's using Drill Peck, which might hurt a bit. Honchkrow does have pretty high attack, but luckily we hung on there pretty well with over half health, so we could take another one if we really needed to, but obviously we don't. So there goes Honchkrow. And the next Pokemon coming out is going to be Charizard. Okay, so yeah, let's go ahead and bring out Mira, because that Charizard is going to be weak to water, and I do like to use a variety of Pokemon, because I could probably have just left Agatha in and just Thunderbolted everything, but I like to, well, not against Honchkrow probably, but I do like to have a bit of variety. Surf, even with the Mystic Water, didn't take down Charizard. Wow, that's actually pretty impressive. And I'm going to guess you go for a potion? I guess not. I could have sworn when I looked at the trainer data for Winona that she actually had 2 potions in her item slots, but I guess I was mistaken. Here comes a Gyarados. Gyarados is going to be, would be a bit of a threat, but we are pretty prepared for that. I'm definitely glad that I did the, well, I guess it wouldn't have mattered if I did the grinding or not, because Winona's team by default would have been about the level I was at before I grinded, but I wanted to make sure to level it up to match my grinding levels a little bit, to make sure it's not too easy. But I am glad we picked up a couple more team members, because our options would have been more limited if we only had, you know, Masham and our other Pokemon that are weak to flying. And anyways, here comes the Altaria. That one we cannot hit with electric type moves for super effective damage, and we don't have any ice type moves, so we're just gonna have to hit it with something. Salazar, do you have your ability is Shed Skin? That's right. We saw that this episode. I was just wondering if we could get the Intimidate off, because I know this Altaria is probably gonna have Earthquake. So Cerberus, Helen, out of the question. Data, possibly, if we didn't have damage on him. Salazar's a no-go with Earthquake. Agatha would be okay because she has Levitate. Mira also acceptable, but I think we're going to Agatha. Yeah, this Altaria could be a little bit of a threat, possibly. Just because there's a wide variety of things that it could possibly have, and I'm not sure what it has. So we're going to play it safe and put it right to sleep, and hit it with everything we've got. It is going to be a Fairy type, so is Ghost not very effective against Fairy? Actually, doesn't matter. Let's just go for Clear Smog. And you know what? Now that I said that, Altaria is not part Fairy. Its Mega Evolution is Dragon and Fairy. Right now, it's just Dragon and Flying. I kind of forgot about that Altaria was not one of those retcon Pokemon. Anyways, it's still asleep, so we're going to hit it with one more Shadow Ball and finish it off, and that's that gym. Maybe I'm making things a little bit too easy, because I have been upping the difficulty, making sure the gym teams have been fully evolved, because by default they are not. We might have to ramp it up for the next one. I know the next gym, the Psychic type gym, all the way over in Moss Deep, that's a ways away. Originally, I had to modify that gym just to play through in my test run of this game, because it seems to cause freezes every time I try to do it. So I changed it to a single battle and changed the Pokemon that showed up in it. So we're definitely going to be changing that gym up even more, because I know right now I think the level cap of that gym is like 42. And considering the fact that we're getting close to level 40 here, I don't think that's going to be high enough, because we do still have to take out Team Magma, Team Aqua. We have a couple of routes, actually not just a couple, several routes to get through here. Seriously, Scott, again? Didn't we just talk to you after we beat May? Like, how many times do you have to call us? I feel like this character is a little bit irritating. I don't think we need to see him quite as much. It'd be nice to just see him maybe once after a gym battle, and then at the end of the game when he actually invites you to the battle frontier. But anyways, we're going to heal up here, and I think that's where we're going to end the episode off. I don't think there's anything else that I want to get done in this episode, because we did have quite a bit happen. I actually split up this recording over 2 days, so it's kind of hard to remember exactly what I did this episode. But we did have a rival battle, we had a gym battle, and we also had a bit of a training montage and several catches. So I think we'll save. Let's see. Take a look at our map here so I can show where we're going next episode. But next episode we'll head down Route 120. Route 121, we'll get a catch over there. And then we could go down Route 122 and 123, get a catch, and we'll also end up at Mount Pirate at some point too. So I'm guessing we're probably going to have quite a few catches next episode. And of course we can get to Lily Cove City and fish there too if we really want to encounter there. Otherwise, I don't think there's any gift Pokemon you can get there, and there's definitely not any wild grass. So we could fish for something there, but we do have some water types already. But anyways, thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Pokemon Theta Emerald Nuzlocke, and I'll see you in the next one.